I'm a 28-year-old guy named Ethan, and for the past year I've been living with my parents in a city house I own. Sounds ordinary, right? But it's not what you're thinking. This isn't about me crashing at my parents' place because I can't afford rent. I bought the house. I cover the mortgage, utilities, groceries, everything. My parents don't chip in a cent. To give you some context, my parents, Sarah, 50, and Mark, 53, are retired school teachers. They used to live in a small rural town, but after retiring they wanted a change. City life, more action, that kind of thing. I was doing well as a data analyst, pulling in a solid six-figure salary, so I thought, why not? I could use the career opportunities in the city, and it'd be nice to help my parents out since they supported me growing up. So we moved into a decent 3-bedroom house. It's not a palace, but it's comfortable, a cozy backyard, a spacious living room, and 3 bedrooms. Since I'm footing the bill, I took the master bedroom. It's got an ensuite bathroom and a walk-in closet, which is non-negotiable for me because I hate sharing bathrooms. The 2nd bedroom became my home office, where I work remotely most of the time. Nice setup, big desk, dual screens, the works. The 3rd bedroom was left as a guest room for visitors. Everything seemed straightforward. At first, things were smooth. My parents loved the city vibe, spending their days reading, walking around, or binge-watching shows. I worked, paid the bills, and kept the house running. I didn't mind covering everything. My parents' pensions aren't much, and I figured that's what you do for family. No rent, no problem. But then things took a turn, and it happened fast. One morning over coffee, my mom casually mentioned, "Your sister Mia and her husband Noah are thinking of moving here. They're struggling back home, and with Mia pregnant, they could use some support." I didn't think much of it at first. Mia, 30, and Noah, 29, have always been a bit chaotic, bouncing from one rough patch to another. Pregnancy added a new twist, but I assumed they'd find their own place in the city. I was wrong. A few days later, my mom sat me down and said, "We've invited Mia and Noah to stay with us for a bit, just until they get settled." No discussion, no asking if I was okay with it, just a done deal. I nodded, thinking it'd be temporary, but I was uneasy. A week later, Mia and Noah showed up with suitcases, acting like they were moving in for good. Suddenly, I was supporting 2 more people. Groceries, utilities, everything. My expenses shot up, and no one asked if I was okay with it. Mia's nice, but always acted like she deserved special treatment, especially now that she was pregnant. Noah's my brother-in-law, but he's never been great at taking responsibility, always expecting someone to bail him out. I tried to stay calm, but it was grating. Then came the bombshell. A few days after they moved in, Mia started dropping hints about needing more space for the baby. Comments like, "This house is so big it must be tough to manage alone," or "We'll need room for all the baby gear." I brushed it off until one evening, after a long workday, Mia and Noah cornered me for a talk. I thought they might offer to help with groceries or thank me for letting them stay. "Nope," Mia, all smiles, said, "We think it'd be better if we took the master bedroom. The baby will need the closet space and the private bathroom would be perfect." I was stunned. I pay for everything, the mortgage, the bills, their food, and they wanted my room. I kept my cool and said, "The guest room is big enough, you can use that." Mia frowned. "But it doesn't have a closet and we need more space for the baby." Noah chimed in, "Yeah, it just makes sense." I couldn't believe their nerve. "I'm not giving up my room," I said firmly. "Take the guest room or find somewhere else." They looked shocked, like they expected me to just agree. Mia huffed, clearly offended, and Noah muttered something about me being selfish. I walked away, thinking that was the end of it. It wasn't. A couple of days later, I came home from an in-office meeting and found my stuff, clothes, books, even my laptop, piled in the hallway. My office monitor was unplugged, like someone was rearranging my things. My stomach dropped. I stormed to my bedroom and there was Mia, casually packing my stuff into boxes. "What are you doing?" I demanded. She didn't even flinch. "Your mom said we could move in here. The baby needs the space." I was livid. My mom, who contributes nothing to the house, thought she could give away my room. "No way," I said, stepping into the room. "You're not taking my bedroom. I told you to use the guest room." Mia crossed her arms. "The guest room's too small and there's no closet. We need this." I wasn't backing down. "I pay for this house, every bill, every grocery. You don't get to decide anything. Get your stuff out or you're leaving." She kept arguing, saying my mom had approved it, so I called my mom right then and there. "Did you tell Mia they could take my room?" I asked, barely keeping it together. After a pause, she admitted, "I thought it was the best option. They need the space and you've got your office." I was floored. "I pay for everything, Mom. This is my house and you're giving away my room." She tried to play it off, saying we're family and I should be flexible, but I was done. If they don't move their stuff out, they're gone, and if you keep this up, you're next. Mia overheard and flipped out, yelling, "You'd kick out a pregnant woman?" I didn't care. They'd crossed a line. The next few days were tense. Mia and Noah stayed in the guest room but acted like they owned the place, spreading their stuff everywhere, eating my groceries without asking. Then came the final straw. One evening, I went to the kitchen to make dinner. The fridge was nearly empty. Food I'd bought days ago was gone. I checked the pantry, same story. I knew it was Mia and Noah. When I sat down, my mom served plates for herself, my dad, Mia, and Noah, but not me. I waited thinking it was a mistake. Nope. My mom looked at me and said, "If you won't help family, you don't eat with family." Mia smirked and Noah avoided my gaze. My dad just kept eating like this was normal. That was it. I'd been disrespected in my own house for too long. I went to my office, pulled up eviction notice templates and printed 2 sets, one for Mia and Noah, one for my parents. I was done being a doormat. I marched to the living room where they were all sitting and dropped the papers in front of them. "You have 24 hours to pack and leave," I said. "If you're not gone, I'm calling the police." Noah's jaw dropped. "You're serious?" he asked. "Dead serious," I replied. "I pay for this house and you've been freeloading while disrespecting me. You're done." Mia started crying, saying, "I'm pregnant. How could you?" I didn't budge. "You've been taking advantage of me. You have 24 hours. My mom tried to intervene, saying, "We're family, Ethan. You can't do this." I pointed to the papers. "I already did. You've got 30 days to find somewhere else, too." The room went silent. My dad didn't say a word, just stared at the floor. Mia was sobbing, but I didn't care anymore. I walked to my room, locked the door, and felt a weight lift off my shoulders. For the first time in weeks, I slept soundly, knowing I'd finally stood up for myself. Update. The next morning, the house was eerily quiet. I expected yelling or pleading, but no one confronted me. I made coffee and sat in the kitchen, waiting for the inevitable. My mom came in looking exhausted. After a long silence, she said, "Ethan, I didn't realize how unfair we've been. We were just trying to help Mia and Noah." I wasn't ready to forgive yet. "You didn't just help them," I said. "You let them walk all over me in my own house." She nodded, tears in her eyes. "I know, I'm sorry. Mia's always needed more help, and we thought you could handle it." That was their excuse. Mia was the golden child who always needed saving, while I was the strong one who should just deal with it. "I'm done carrying everyone," I said. "You all need to figure this out somewhere else." She didn't argue, just nodded. "I don't know if they'll leave quietly, but I'm ready to follow through. This is my house, and I'm done being taken for granted." This version keeps the essence of the original story, but changes the characters' names: Ethan for the narrator, Sarah and Mark for the parents, Mia and Noah for the brother and sister-in-law, and rephrases the narrative for a fresh tone while maintaining the same structure and key events. Let me know if you'd like further tweaks or specific changes.